So in this morning's Google meeting, someone suggested that they'd like to do some more work on division, which I think is a really good idea. So I've decided to give you one more example. I keep sharing the videos from Wake County and some from Khan Academy, but I thought sometimes it might be helpful for you guys to see how I would do it personally. It's probably going to be very much the same as what you'd see anyway, but if there's a little difference and it makes it a little bit more clear, then it's worth doing for me. Okay, so here's how I would do a calculation using this division method. So I'm going to do the question or the calculation 5,640 divided by 24. Now you can do this however you want to. You can do it using the rectangular method where you move across to the side, but I personally like to do it vertically. So I'm going to start off drawing what you guys often call the big 7, and I'm going to put in the dividend inside it, which is 5,640. Alright, now I'm going to put the number I'm dividing by on the outside. I'm going to put 24 here. Now what I like to do sometimes, what might be helpful for some of you guys, is to make a note of the times table facts related to 24. So you might know that 1 times 24 is 24, 2 times 24 is 48. Then if I add another 24 on, that makes 68, that makes 72. So I know that's 3 lots of 24, and 96 is going to be the next amount. And then 120 would be 5 lots, etc. You can keep going. That might be one way to do it, but that's really just a tip that I personally like to do. You don't absolutely have to, especially if your mental multiplication skills are really strong. But what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start taking away chunks of 24. I'm going to start off with like the biggest chunk I can possibly think of. So if I start off and I think that, well, 24 100 times is 2,400. Right, so if 100 lots of 24 is 2,400, then 200 lots of 24 would be 4,800. I can see that because if I refer back to these facts here, it's got it there. So that means I want to take away 200 lots of 24 first of all. So I'm going to subtract that. I'm going to use my red pen here to show where I'm subtracting. So I'm going to put 4,800. And to show where that is, I'm just going to put up 200 up here, okay, to show that's what I've taken away. I'm going to subtract it, so 0 take away 0 is 0. You'll be surprised to find 4 take away 0 is 4. 6 take away 8 can't be done, so I'm going to steal 1,000 to make it what is effectively 1,600 take away 800, which is going to be 800. And then 4 minus 4 is going to be 0, of course. And now I've got to think about the next chunk I can take. So again, if I did 10 lots of 4, that would be 240. Now there's no reason you can't take that off and keep taking that off if you want to, but I'm going to try and be a bit more efficient now I've got my facts here. So 20 lots of 24 is going to be 480. I think I can still take another lot. So what about this? 3 lots of 24 is 72. So that means 30 lots of 24 must be 720. So I'm going to subtract that amount next. Again, I'm going to write it in red so you can see where I'm subtracting. And once I've written that, I need to write how many lots of 24 I've taken away. So I'm going to put 30 up here to remind me of that. And then simply, I'm going to take away. So 0 take away 0 is still 0. 4 minus 2 is 2. 8 minus 7 is 1. That leaves me with 120 remaining. And now helpfully, because I did my times table facts earlier, I can see that 1 lot of 24 is 24, 2 lots is 48, 3 lots is 72, 4 lots is 96, and 5 lots is 120. So I know that's actually exactly the same amount. So I'm going to put 5 up here, and just to remind myself, so I get into good practice, I'm going to subtract that amount as well. But I know 120 minus 120 is going to leave me with 0. So that means there's no remainder to this problem. Finally, the last thing I need to do is take all of the chunks of 24 that I took away and add them together. So it's 5, add 30, add 200. So my answer is going to be 235. Now, like I said, you may decide at some point that actually it's easier for you to maybe keep taking away 100 lots each time. So let's just have a go as if I'd done that. I'm just going to get rid of these workings here. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll get rid of the whole lot. And you'll see it still gets the same answer. I'm just going to do it in more steps. So if I draw my big 7 here, put the dividend in the middle, the divisor to the left. And again, I know that 100 lots of 24 is 2,400. So I could, if that's as far as you can go, as far mentally as you can go, then you can just subtract 2,400. And when you subtract that, again, you'll see 0 take away 0 is 0, 4 take away 0 is 4, 6 minus 4 is 2, and then 5 minus 2 is 3. Then I'm going to subtract another lot. Oh, silly me, I forgot to put up my 100 up the top here. So no, that was 100 lots of 24. If I take another 100 lots of 24, four from 12 is 8. I'm left with 840. Now you might remember that from last time. So I've got my 100 lots there. And again, I remember that 3 lots of 24 is 720, so I could subtract that. But again, if you want to take away 2 lots or 1 lot or whatever it is that works, that's absolutely fine. I'm just going to kind of speed through, partly because I'm worried about running out of space. But I'm going to show you that basically I could take away 30 lots. I'll put 30 up here before I forget. I could take away 30 lots of 24, but if you mentally can't quite get there in time, then by all means take away 10 lots, and then 10 lots, and then 10 lots. That will be 30 lots, won't it? You've just done it in 3 steps rather than 1. Of course, in math, we always want to get to the most efficient way of doing it, but you know, whatever works for you, works for me. Then finally, I'm going to subtract 5 lots of 24, which I know is 120. I know that's going to leave me with 0. And again, 100 plus 100 plus 30 plus 5 is going to equal 235. And remember, you don't have to do it vertically like this. You can do it using the rectangles like I've shown you in previous videos. But I thought I'd give you a little demonstration myself of how I would do it, just because I thought that might be helpful for you guys as well. Okay? Good luck with the questions on today's Google quiz as well.